guys, it's Hexley. Welcome back to Love is Strange. We started the Kate route in the last episode, and we're letting her choose, like, where should we, take the photo, and that was where we left off. After 2 whales, we boarded the bus out of town, where it pulled to a stop in front of a large white building, the hospital. I glanced around as we entered, taking in the atmosphere. There was nothing special on the inside. White walls, shiny linoleum floors, people in scrubs darting in and out of patients' rooms. Just an ordinary hospital. If it weren't for the television and waiting room or the hushed voice of the receptionist taking calls at the front desk, the whole place would be eerily quiet. I looked over at Kate, envious of her calm. Hospitals gave me the creeps. What could possibly be worthy of a photo contest entry in a place like this? Hey! There's like a picture up there. There's like one kid with blue hair, another with brown hair. And this was supposed to be Max and Chloe. Though I don't know who the other one is. And we got Hot Dog Man. He's the sunshine. It looks like a wagon right there. And we got a bumblebee. I think those are a bumblebee with boxing gloves. Kate leads the way, skipping the receptionist and heading straight to the elevator. She presses the button to go up, and we wait for the elevator to descend. So, a hospital, huh? Unlike Kate, who actually looks very sure of herself here, I'm a little skeptical. I know what you're thinking, but, well, just trust me. It'll make sense once you see where we're going. She must be able to sense my unease, because after a pause, she turns to look at me. You do trust me, right, Max? Do you trust me, right, Max? Well, no. I'm just kidding. Of course I trust you. No question. Kate's never steered me wrong before. Okay, because I kind of noticed this, but there's like the Q right there, like the little line, it has like the female symbol, or the woman symbol, or so. And I'm kind of wondering if that's part of the font, or if that's like a little nod at what the game is. Yes, of course I trust you. I'm just a little nervous. I haven't been to a hospital since... Okay, you're gonna laugh, but when I was little, I chewed the eye off my teddy bear and swallowed it. Kate's concern instantly melts away as she smiles. That's so cute. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Excuse me. You must have been so scared. I just remember, like, doctors in white coats looming over me. Freaky. My sister did something like that when she was little. She swallowed a penny and she had to go to the emergency room. I shivered a little at the memory. To this day, I still can't watch medical dramas without getting creeped out. Before my mind strayed to any dark places, I feel fingers brushing gently against mine, making my heart skip slightly. No doctors will get you this time, don't worry. Her voice, gentle and reassuring, makes me slightly less anxious. The elevator arrives and we step inside. Kate presses the 4 button almost immediately. Like she's done this countless times before. The door opens and Kate gently beckons me forward with a nod of her head. She's buzzing with energy, looking around at the wing in excitement. Maybe she like helps out with the little kids and whatnot, cause you see like the area we're in, unless this was like the waiting room, because waiting rooms are usually have like stuff for the kids to play with. Then you get older and then you really can't play with it unless there's no one else in the room, because it's just like people look at you funny, and so you just kind of have to play with it when no one's around. Anyone does that? Am I the only one who still does that? It's really adorable. It's actually really adorable. Looking around, I don't blame her. Colors are splashed along the walls, completely contrasting the blank ones on the floor below. The main area is filled with plush chairs and beanbags. Alright, so we're going out to the kids area. So she is working with kids. That's cute. That's cool. And there's a small white table with chairs in the corner, littered with toys and coloring books. A children's wing? Mm-hmm. After scoping the area, she turns back to me with a grin. Looks like no one's around. Should we surprise them? She points to one of the rooms down a corridor. I shake my head. You go first. I'll wait here. I've never been that good around kids. I'm fine around them. Except baby kids. That's the type of kids I don't like watching. If you don't know what a baby kid is, it's basically like a kid who just like doesn't listen. Like their parents don't discipline them. It's like, oh, this is fine, this is not, okay? You have to ask to do this. You can't touch people's stuff without asking. You can't da-da-da. You shouldn't eat this. Shouldn't put this in your mouth and stuff like that. And so the kids just go wild whenever they're around people. That's the type of things I don't try. And I try to be patient with it. I try. But I have my grandmother's patience, so, you know, it's not much there to begin with. I've never been that good. Not like Kate. She's a natural mothering type. Kate bumps my shoulder slightly with her own as she walks past me to stand outside of one of the rooms. They don't bite, you know. Yes, they do. Have you met children? They bite. And they think it's fun. That's a game to them. She flashes a mischievous grin and darts into the patient's room before I can retort. I don't mind. It's so nice having Kate in good spirits again. Moments later, I hear her talking in a soft voice, then a shriek of absolute delight. It doesn't take long for the other kids to catch on. A small crowd gathering outside the room Kate is in. They ambush her as she leaves the room, gathering around her legs, all babbling at her excitedly. Kate is all smiles, and her usual shyness is gone completely as she listens and responds to each of the kids. A few of them turn towards me and I freeze. Kate smiles in my direction. It'd be funny if it's just like they turn towards her in like a creepy fashion. Kate smiles in my direction and looks down at the kids. This is my friend, Max. Soon to be girlfriend, Max. She takes the prettiest pictures with her camera. I flush and shake my head. I don't know about that. I can't meet Kate's kind green eyes right now, so mine's dart around the room instead. There's a stack of coloring book pages on the little table, all filled with crayon. Looks like I might have competition from these guys anyway. This seems to distract the attention off of me as the kids eagerly drag Kate towards the table, wanting to show their work off their work. I hang back, sinking into one of the beanbag chairs, and watch them some more, amazed at Kate's ability to handle them so well. Caring, patient, and attentive, she really knows how to listen to each of them individually. The kids eventually get caught up in drawing more pictures, and Kate sinks down next to me. It's a big beanbag, so I move over to make room for her. They're sweet, don't you think? I thought they'd give us some inspiration for a nice photo. I think so too. I get it, because it's like in the hospital where it's like hospitals are like, oh, it's all gloomy and whatnot. But then you see like these sick kids, and like even though they're sick, they're filled with so much life. I get it what she's doing. These kids are so innocent and sweet. It's a nice break from how harsh the world can be. A perfect subject for a photo. Kate looks happy at my approval. Oh wait, I thought those... God darn it. They're the sweetest kids I know. I think letting them be the stars of our photo is going to mean a lot to them. Makes them feel important, you know? I nod sympathetically. They're all really young. It must be tough being away from their parents. After a beat, Kate says something else softly, looking at her hands instead of me. It means a lot to me, for sure. Kate's voice is full of sincerity and gratitude. It means a lot to me, for sure. It's all thanks to you. You can thank the kids. It's all thanks... I don't know. I mean, these both sound nice. You can thank the kids. It's all thanks to you. I think I'll say that. Don't give me the credit. It was your awesome idea. I'm just supplying the camera. She rolls her eyes. Well, that just makes us even more of a team. We wouldn't have a chance without you. She looks at the kids again. But I don't think it's thanks to me at all. They're the ones who inspire me. They're so young, but still so brave. I owe them a lot, even if they don't realize it. Definitely. They really love you, too. It's so cute. Looks like I made Kate blush this time. Oh, Kate, what a little blushy in her face. I know, some of them don't get a lot of attention. Their parents are either rich and leave all their kids' care up to the nurses, or so busy working to provide for the rest of their families that they can't make it out here in person. So I try to keep them occupied. Kate, that's so awesome. Like their cool big sister. Kate raises an eyebrow. Cool kids spend their time volunteering on weekends? Yes, they do. Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. It's always cool to volunteer. Like, even if you do it once, or even if you do it a lot. Like, helping out people in need. Whether you do it once or a lot, it's cool. Don't let people tell you different. I'm not sure some of our classmates would agree with you. So she is being bullied. Okay, so not for the video, though, right? The video doesn't exist. Alright. Okay, that's good. So the video is just not existing. She's just being bullied for something else. I rolled my eyes thinking about the cool kids at Blackwell. Should have been in quotes. The quote-unquote cool kids. That's how I would put it. Jocks and narcissists that like to tear people down. Art school comes with its snobs, unfortunately. Of course, it's art. Like, if you're surprised and art school has snobs, you've never been in art. Like, the entire atmosphere is like that. Like, when you're in something where you could literally, like, lay a pair of glasses on the ground and people think it's art to take pictures. Like, it's funny. Because as much as I love it, like, you could literally smear crap on a white canvas and that be considered art. You can smear crap on it and call it when shit hits the fan. And dude, you'd make millions. I'm not kidding. Do that. Someone do that. I want to see how much money you'd make. And if you make a lot, you'll see how right I am. Definitely. Volunteering is totally punk rock, as Chloe would say. You really think so? Aww. My Katie. There's a noticeable change in Kate's tone of voice, quiet and despondent, as she turns her attention to the kids instead of me. Kate? Something's definitely bothering her. I sense it back at the diner, but I feel it's even stronger now. We don't speak for a moment. I reach out to touch her shoulder gently, causing her to jump a little. Sorry, I zoned out. Kate, whatever's going on, I want to help. Kate sighs, looking at her hands. I don't know if you can. Let me try, at least. Click! I don't know. I know I don't always have the best ideas, but I don't like to see you hurting. This brings her attention back to me. I smile encouragingly. You trust me, don't you? I don't expect her to agree so quickly, but she does. I do trust you, Max. Okay? I've been dealing with some really mean people recently. What? Who? Who would even be mean to Kate? Victoria? Taylor? Courtney? Hayden? Nathan? What was the jock's name? Logan? I think his name was. It was Logan or Zachary. Those are some examples right there. I mean, Max, you just said that there are a bunch of narcissists that go to your school. I mean, you'd be like, and you're just like, who would even be mean to Kate? Well, the narcissists and the jerks. Duh, that's who would be mean to her. So, it started with the Bible study I tried to start at Blackwell. I was just trying to make a safe space for discussion, but some kids didn't like it. First, someone wrote curse words on my room slate. Then Hayden and his friends started whispering about me in the halls. See? What did I just say, Hayden? And then somebody made some awful drawings of me. It's whoever been like making weird drawings around the school of Blackwell in the game. Where that is, we find that person and we destroy them. She doesn't explain further, and I don't want to make her. I'm plenty furious. I don't get angry this often, but when it comes to Kate, I feel like I have to protect her. That is exactly how the Kate Marshfield fandom. Did I just say Kate Marshfield? I'm sorry, Kate Marsh fandom feels about Kate. We need to protect her. So, as a member of Kate Marsh fandom, I say we rally up and find out who's bullying her. I feel like I have to protect her. Especially now when she's getting ganged up on for no reason. Yeah, I said it in my other video, but like, as long as you're like, I'm not one for religion, and I don't think I won't ever be. But as long as you're like, if you're religious, and as long as you're not like being some zealot about it or looking down at people who don't believe in it, it's totally fine if you're religious. Just don't be a jerk about it to people who aren't. And the same thing goes for people who aren't religious or who don't believe in or who are atheists, because not being religious and being an atheist is two different things. If you're not for religion, just don't be a jerk about it to people who are, unless they're a jerk to you about not being religious, then it's fine. If you're an atheist, don't be a dick to people who believe in something, just not religion, or who believe in religion, unless they're being jerks to you. That's how it is. Same goes for religious people. If someone's being a jerk to you about it, I can look the other way if you mean back. Kate, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Better that you didn't. I'm probably just being too sensitive. No, you're not. you're not. Like, that's such an excuse. Oh, we're just joking around. They're just being too sensitive. Like, no. If the person you're joking around with, quote unquote joking around with, doesn't find what is funny, it's actually hurting them, it's not a joke. It's just stop. It's just you being a jerk. And they just say joking around so they don't have to get in trouble. They know fully well that this is hurting people. People like that know fully well that it's hurting people. They just say, oh, we were just joking, want to get in trouble. Or when someone steps up to them. No, you're not. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people in Blackwell that would go to her Bible study. Especially not Kate. Poor thing. Yeah, she's like super nice. Kate shrugs. Maybe, but what can I do about it? I'm not strong like you, Max. Just ignore them. Stand up for yourself. I don't even believe in just ignore them anymore, because some people just can't. Like, it's like really hard for them to do that. Some people can, some people can't. So I don't really just believe in saying that to people, because you just might be saying that to someone who just can't. Stand up for yourself. I think I'll stand up for yourself. You can't let them walk all over you like that. If you don't stand up for yourself, they're just going to keep going after you. This is not okay. So you've got to tell them. I don't want to be like too aggressive, but I just don't like the whole ignore them option. Because I feel like that would just make her worse. So you've got to tell them to step off before it gets worse. Kate considers this, looking a little intimidated at the notion. Yeah, I didn't want to be too aggressive with her about the answer. I know I should, but you don't think you're strong enough. I know. But you're so kind to me and these kids, and even the people who aren't nice to you. That makes you stronger than they could ever hope to be. That's so nice of you to say, Max. I just don't know if I believe it. I shake my head. You've got this, Kate. I have faith in you. Kate nods. You always have, so I'll try to do it. For you. Do it for yourself first. That's the most important thing. Kate actually beams at this, and I get a warm, awesome feeling in my chest. See? That was so much better than just ignore it. You're a blessing, Max. Kate gets to her feet and takes a glance at the clock. I'm a little tired now that I got that off my chest. Would you mind heading back to Blackwell now? After I say goodbye to the kids, of course. Sure, whenever you're ready. Watching her light up as she talks to the kids again eases my worries. I just hope my advice helped her. Ah! Wednesday. I know I'm not the only one who says it like that when they're spelling it. Because that's how it looks. I'm still reeling over what Kate told me yesterday. I could never have guessed she was getting trouble from bullies. Who could be mean to Kate Marsh of all people? I know. It makes me furious to think about and kind of lousy at the same time. I'm supposed to be her friend, and I had no idea this was going on. I should have said something. Asked her out for tea, or sent her a text at least. Some friend you are, Max. This is the worst. But there's no use worrying about what I didn't do. It's not like I can rewind time and fix it. The important thing is being here for Kate in the present, in whatever way she needs. Trust me, Max, if you had time travel powers, I can direct you to an alternate universe where you wish you didn't. It's just sadness all around. The bus reaches its destination, jerking me out of my thoughts. I have to stop by the boardwalk today. There's a lot of neat little shops down here. Handmade souvenirs, antique stores, gift shops. There's even a place that sells camera gear for tourists looking to preserve their memories of our sleepy little beach town. The shop also sells a hella cheap Polaroid phone. I try to emphasize, because it was in italics, whatever, which I need to take the contest photo. I asked Kate to come along, telling her that I wanted some company, though it's more for her sake than mine. She needs the day to relax, especially after I made her spill her guts to me yesterday. She seemed okay when I texted her last night, but I still wanted to see her in person to make sure. And her response to being asked to join me was so dang cute. Oh wait, so damn cute. I pulled out my phone to let Kate know that I have arrived, glancing over my last received text from her. Oh, look at her little avatar! That's so cute! Sounds wonderful. I'll see you around 9, and I promise I won't be late this time. Relief washes over me and I smile. I hope these emojis are legit too. I hope these emojis are legit. Too much sad Kate is not a good thing. I'm about to type out a quick text, but there's no need. I can see Kate on the bench not too far from me, hands folded in her lap, staring at the glittering ocean. I put my phone away again and start to walk quickly in her direction, not wanting her to keep her waiting. She sees me out of the corner of her eye as I approach, smiling up at me. Max, there you are. Hey, Kate. Sorry I kept you waiting long. I rubbed the back of my neck sheepishly, thinking about the 3 times I had to hit the snooze button on my alarm this morning. Kate shrugs nonchalant. She's quiet today. I hope I didn't upset her too much yesterday, bringing up all her problems. I reach forward and tentatively squeeze her shoulder. How are you feeling? Her eyes don't leave my face, but she seems to perk up at my touch. Okay, I actually felt like playing my violin this morning. I haven't touched it in a week. I had noticed Kate stopped playing her violin in the mornings right around the time she started acting sad. I can't stop myself from smiling. That's so great. I must have slept right through it. But I'm sure it was nice, as always. She looks away, suddenly shy. Actually, I didn't get the chance. I was, too excited to be here. My baby is excited to be with Max. She looks up at me and her eyes bright. With you? Marshfield! For life! She says it with such a gentle voice that it makes my heart melt. I pretend to be distracted by a seagull miling around us, her sweetness giving me a momentary loss for words. And of course, I can't even show up on time. You could have been playing your violin instead of waiting on my lazy bones. Kate, not even remotely peeved, just laughs and rises to her feet. It's fine. It's fine, really. I can play later. Maybe you could even join me on your guitar? Yeah. I nod immediately. Kate and I only played together once, but it's still one of my favorite memories with her. Definitely, we're long overdue for a jam session. Couldn't agree more. She looks so excited. I wonder if she's remembering it too. I think she'd remember it in a different way with that look on her face.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
Kate looks over her shoulder at the shops ahead of us. Then back to me. Shall we go? I nod, letting Kate lead the way. We stop by the camera shop first. Kate doesn't do a lot of browsing, hanging back to look at some cute lanyards while I pick up my film. After we exit, Kate and I wander for a little while. Kate remarks that she doesn't get out much, so a lot of shops are new to her. If that's the case, I'm even happier that I invited her along. Even though the shops are pretty ordinary and shabby by most people's standards, Kate is really enjoying herself, eyes wide with interest. We come across a shop filled with stuffed animals, and Kate actually pulls my arm over to look at them with her. It's a shame that more people will never get to see this side of Kate, the side where she banters and acts silly, just because they never get to know her. It makes me feel pretty special. Maybe that's just the effect Kate has on everyone. She's such a... What's up, Marshfield? Is this such a effect on me? She's such a warm person after all. Or maybe there's more to it than that. More to me and Kate. A gentle tapping on my shoulder brings me back to reality. Kate stops us outside of a small, sweet-smelling stand, surrounded by tables with big umbrellas attached. A small sign hangs on the front, advertising fresh tea and baked goods. It's been so long since we last had one of our tea dates. I take in another whiff of the fragrant air coming from the stand, then look back over at Kate. Way too long. Want to stop here for a bit? We order our drinks and sit down at one of the small tables outside. The boardwalk's not very busy today, so there's a lot of people watching to do. Kate and I practically have the whole place to ourselves. Still feeling adventurous, I opt to order the house blend. The spices emanating from it are powerful, and as I take a sip, my nose wrinkles. I let out a groan of surprise, and Kate grins at me from across the table, too nice to laugh at my misfortune. But I can see it on her face. That's really strong. How's your tea? It's good. I always get chamomile because I'm boring. She says that with a smile, so I know it's not self-deprecating. It helps with my anxiety, too. I nod, a little concerned. You have that a lot? Kate arches an eyebrow. Max, I'm attending one of the most notable art schools in the state. What do you think? There's so much pressure with that, you know? Not to mention homework and my strict family checking in on me. Again, what do you think? Kate's bluntness makes me grin. We've both felt the stress. Blackwell does have a reputation after all. Point taken. Maybe I should try drinking that stuff too. Kate takes a sip of her own tea, thoughtful. There are other teas for stress too. Passion flower, lavender, peppermint's good too, but a little too sweet for me. I glance at the 3 empty packs of sugar surrounding my tea, then back up at Kate. I'm getting worse than Chloe's these days. I don't think I'd have that problem. Kate actually giggles at that. No, I guess you wouldn't. You could try... Kate stops herself suddenly, looking down at her tea. After a pause, she noticed my words and speaks again. Sorry, you must be bored of me talking by now. I feel like I've been rambling so much today. Sorry. I feel like a rambling. So yeah, you have. Shut up. No, just say. I don't want to say the wrong thing with her. Just a little. It's not like Kate's bothering me. She could never. Just a little bit, but I don't mind. She looks away apologetically. Sorry, whenever I hang out with other people, they usually talk over me. It's different with you. I hope she doesn't think that's a bad thing. Kate deserves to be heard as much as anyone else. You're allowed to be the center of attention too, you know. Kate looks at me skeptically. I'd rather not be, honestly, but I appreciate the thought, Max. People get surprised when I actually have things to say. I guess I just don't stand out as much. I actually know how you feel, Kate. She seems surprised at the statement. You do? But your photos are amazing, Max. Everyone knows you for them. And people know you for your illustrations. It's like they know Daniel for his. Why do you think everyone was so eager to have you submit one for the contest? You really do have a gift, Max. Don't say that, Kate! It brings the bad memories back. I shift a little uncomfortably. I know everyone thinks so, but I don't see it sometimes. That doesn't make it untrue. You're just insecure. I smile at her knowingly. Kind of like you, huh? She pauses, suddenly very interested in the napkin under her disposable teacup. Maybe? I'm serious, Kate. Your drawings are awesome. Just as good as my photos. I lean forward as if sharing a little inside joke with her. I still haven't erased that drawing you left on my room slate, just in case it's worth something someday. Kate had a doodle with a cute doe on my room slate a few days ago, wearing a plaid shirt and a camera around his neck. An obvious caricature. Kate erupts into giggles at that. Okay, now you're being way too nice. I spent 2 minutes on that crap. Tops. I gasped dramatically, mock offended. How dare you, Kate Marsh? That deal was obviously adorable. Kate crosses her arms. Well, I did use you as an inspiration, so you could be biased. Kate, please, that is not the only reason. I shut up and take a sip from my tea, a sudden heat rushing to my cheeks. For some reason, the implication that Kate may think I'm adorable is making me trip on my words. Apparently, I'm tripping on the words too. Okay, so you're not alone on this, Max. You better not be. I actually want to write children's books one day, and I do the illustrations, of course. So cute art is a must. I grin at the thought. Well, I mean, children's books, they don't always have to be cute drawings. Yeah, I've read children's books like where the drawings were way more on the creepy side of things rather than the cute side. So I mean, you don't have to have cute drawings, but if that's what you prefer, it's fine. It's perfect work for you, Kate. Kate beams back at me. I didn't have a lot of friends when I was younger, so I read a ton of picture books. They were a big comfort to me. Ah, I even kept some of them to read when I'm sad. Pretty childish, huh? Nah, no, it's cute. Cute, cool. Wait, no. Cute, cool, cool. Let's go with cute. And I didn't save it with that choice. Nah, it's actually cute. My room back home is practically a museum of old kid stuff I've never thrown away. Plus, I sleep with my stuffed bear. Kate laughs softly. That makes me feel better. I actually don't have any stuffed animals. Alice is enough for me. We keep talking until the remnants of our tea have long gone cold. I hadn't even realized that it was nearly 3 in the afternoon. After we're walking away from the small tea shop, I catch Kate smiling at me. Thanks for always listening to me, Max. You know, you don't have to thank me for that. Her fingers grazed my arm gently, getting my attention. I just feel like I can talk to you about anything. Not everyone cares about what the quiet Christian girl has to say. But you generally do, so thanks. Before I can respond, a voice in the distance distracts us. Someone is trying to get our attention, specifically Kate's. Oh, it's Stella. We haven't talked in forever. She looks at me questioningly. Do you care if I pop over and say hi? I practically push her in Stella's direction. You don't need my permission. Jeez. I say with a smile, happy that she feels like socializing again. Okay, I'll be right back. I wave at her as she goes over to Stella. Stella was one of the only people to attend Kate's Bible group. I'm glad Kate's reaching out to her friends again. They caught up on their own conversation, so I look around for something to keep me occupied. There's a small gift shop immediately to my left. Maybe I should get something for Kate. She has had a crappy week. What should I get for Kate? A picture book, a stuffed rabbit, cinnamon tea. Okay, so let's do the process of elimination. The picture book, she says she likes to read them, so it's obviously the choice you would go with. The stuffed animal, she says she doesn't really need them because she has Alice, and I believe that 100% because though I've never had a bunny, I've always wanted one. There was one where my dad worked at the pet store one time, and it was like this cute big bunny with red eyes that I really wanted. But we got fish instead. You can't cuddle fish. Unless you're a mermaid, then you can cuddle fish as much as you want. But I'm not a mermaid. Cinnamon tea. I mean, she could just buy that on her own, so. Picture book it is. Can I give her a picture book? Yes. I managed to fit the gift perfectly in my bag, and just in time, Kate's waving me over to where Stella was a moment ago. With a spring of my stuff, I went over to join her. Yeah! More than half the day has passed when Kate and I arrived back at the school, but I barely noticed it. I forget how much I loved hanging out with Kate. And our tea dates, of course. I think she enjoyed herself too much. I think she enjoyed herself too. I've seen her smile more today than she has all week. She seems lighter. Like there's a lot less on her mind. I hope whoever was bullying her decided to back off. She mentioned someone had written something mean on her room slate. I checked it this morning while I was on my way to find it was still wiped clean. Thank God. It better stay that way. It's kind of silly now. A steady breeze. It's kind of chilly now. A steady breeze filling in the comfortable silence between me and Kate as we walk. She stops me when we reach the steps, putting her hand on my arm gently. Thanks again for letting me tag along, Max. She's swaying back and forth on her feet, her cheeks still rosy from our hot drinks hours ago. Are we sure it's the drinks? Are we sure it's not something else? Always a pleasure. I paused, rubbing the back of my neck nervously. And, I'm sorry I've been such a space case lately. I still can't help feel a little guilty about not knowing that Kate was struggling. When you were staying in your room all the time, I thought something was up, but I just didn't say anything. I feel bad. Kate shakes her head almost immediately. Please don't, Max. It's not your job to check up on me all the time. I guess not. I trailed off, still unsure. I just hated seeing Kate so sad. Hearing her talk about how hopeless and tired she felt was kind of scary. I don't want her to feel alone. I need to help myself too, like you were telling me yesterday. Besides, I feel pretty good today, so don't worry about me. Kate moves forward and grabs both my hands, squeezing them gently. If anything, you can stress about the photo tomorrow, not that you have any reason to. I grinned, looking from our hands to Kate's face. What makes you so sure? Kate shrugs. I've never seen a picture of yours that wasn't pretty. Even my selfies? After a beat, Kate smiles and nods. Especially your selfies. You hear that? Especially Max's selfies. Chicken Music says, yes, and your selfies. Or she could say like, and your selfies, yes. But she said, especially your selfies. The air around us feels suddenly warmer, and I look down at my bag for a distraction. I open my bag to inspect its contents. There's the film, my phone, my camera, and Kate's gift, still wrapped in the plastic gift store bag. Can't believe I almost forgot to give it to her. My brain is really fried lately. I look at her slyly. You sure you're feeling alright today? She looks at me questioningly. I think so. Why? Well, I know you had a hard week, so I may have gotten you something while we were out today, just in case you were still feeling sad. Surprise dawns on Kate's face, and she actually gasps a little, one hand moving to her mouth. You do not have to do that, Max. I'm fine, really. For a second I worry that I've offended her somehow, but the small smile I can see under her hand tells me otherwise. But I wanted to. I stick my hand in my bag to grasp the gifts, then smile at Kate. Now hold out your hands and don't peek. She obliges with a small giggle, obediently holding out a hand as her eyes gently flutter closed. I put the book in Kate's hand and she watches as she carefully takes it out of the blue plastic. Does she like it? Admittedly, I hadn't looked at it too closely, but the cover sported a tiny cartoon cat holding a balloon. It looked adorable, just like Kate's art. The art reminded me of your drawing, so hopefully you like it too. Plus, I know that these cheers you up, so I figured you can't have too many. You've already been such a huge help with that. Kate says softly, but maybe just to herself. Her eyes are still busy on the page as she's flipping through, her grin broadening as she does. Finally, she closes and looks back up at me. Bless your soul, Max. This is adorable. She hugs the book against her chest, and the smile she gives me is absolutely angelic. I love it. I can tell she's sincere. As always, I can't stop my own grin from spreading across my face. Glad to hear it. Just then, the clouds, which had been blocking the sun for most of the afternoon, moved away from each other so that we could see the colors of the dusty sky. It was moving away because, I don't know if anyone knows this, but the world can tell if there is gay happening. They can tell what is happening. And when they know the whole bury your gays thing isn't around the corner, it's a much happier environment. And so the clouds spread as the sunsets and rainbows, and the birds are singing and the animals are mating. I don't know why that last one came in, but it did. Kate smiles, despite having to shield her eyes a little as she looks up at the strong glow of the sun. It's going to set noon. I could probably get some good shots. I wonder what Kate would say if I asked her to watch it with me. While I took pictures, of course. Would that be too weird? We are just friends after all. Even if you're just friends. I don't see what's wrong with that. Looks like the clouds are finally clearing. Still a little chilly though. Maybe we should head back inside? Kate pulls out her phone and checks the time, her eyes widen in surprise. Wow, I guess it is a bit late. Time flies when you're having fun. She nods eagerly with a laugh, and the way the light hits her face makes her look radiant. I love this so much. It certainly does, but now it's time to get back to the real world. Her words remind me about what I wanted to ask her. I want to make sure nobody's giving her more grief. I reach out and touch Kate's shoulder gently. Maybe not just yet. I wanted to talk to you about something. About the people who've been bullying you. She shrugs like she's not used to people asking after her. I hope that's not the case. Wait, god darn it. Oh, well, okay. You want to sit down somewhere? I nod, letting Kate lead the way. A thought occurs to me as I look at the horizon. You know, it's gonna be a pretty sunset. We should stay outside long enough to watch it. Kate smiles knowingly back at me. Itching to test out your new film? And watch it with one of my best friends. What do you say? Kate seems to glow with pride at my words and nods. We sit on one of the benches outside the dorms, getting a good view of the sun dipping behind the trees. Another breeze shifts past us, and Kate rubs her shoulders. Oh, it's getting chilly now. Offer the hoodie. I'm pretty sure that's like the ultimate sign of I like you. I shrug the hoodie off from my shoulders, offer it to Kate, who looks at me with surprise. Here you go. Are you sure you're not? That's fine. I live in Seattle, remember? I'm used to the cold. She puts it on. It almost fits her, but the arms are a little too long, so she pulls them over her hands. It's pretty adorable. She turns back to me and smiles gratefully. You're sweet, Max. Thank you. I'm not sure if the goosebumps that go up my bare arms are entirely from the cold. So what's on your mind? I shift a little, thinking on my words. I don't want to bring up any bad memories for Kate, especially after she had such a nice time today. I just wanted to make sure you're okay, after what you told me. I want names, Kate. I want names, list of everyone, pictures, so I can identify them. Names and pictures of who's been bullying you. I'll gather a troop and we'll take them down. In your name, Kate. She'd just be like, oh no, that's fine. I don't need that. I hope I didn't come off too bossy. I didn't mean to tell you how to run your life. I just don't want to see you get hurt anymore. After a pause, Kate making sure I finish, she replies, "That's really sweet of you, Max, but you don't have to apologize. I needed to hear what you said." She's not looking at me, playing with a loose thread on her shirt. This might surprise you, but I'm not as delicate as everyone thinks I am. I'm a cold-blooded war machine. Oh my god, I would just love to see that. I would love if someone made that into like a little mini comic. It's just, I'm not as delicate as everyone thinks I am. And it just cuts to a scene where Kate has like all menacing face paint. And by night, she's like a freaking vicious monster truck driver. She's crushing little cars. She's like giving off war cries and everything. When everyone sees you as this shy, scared little Christian girl, it's kind of hard to break away from that. Not everyone understands that there's more to me. She looks back up at me a little anxiously. Do you, even? Lift, bro? She seemed so troubled. I went to grab her hand and apologize, telling her I'm sorry for bringing her up. But it's too late now. Kate, you know I understand. What brought this on? You've been so nice to me, and I'm so happy that you picked me to help you with the contest. But I don't want you to feel like you have to just because you feel bad for me. She looks away again, focusing on the rings on her fingers instead of me. I know I get sad sometimes, but it's not easy. It's not always easy for me to make friends. That's why I want to make sure that the friendships that I do make are genuine. Do you understand, Mats? I don't want anyone's pity. I understand. I'm your friend. Don't say that. I understand. Let's just be that. It sucks that Kate has to feel that way, but I understand where she's coming from. If I had been in her position, people whispering behind my back, bullying me, I'd be a little paranoid too. I know where you're coming from, Kate, but you don't have to worry about that with me. You really think I would spend the whole day with you just because I felt sorry for you? I reached over and brushed my knuckles against her shoulder, getting her to look up at me. I had an awesome time today, and that's because I was hanging out with you. There's only one Kate Marsh, and I'm glad she's my friend. After a moment, Kate smiles. I still think you're way too nice, Max. But I believe you. Good. I'll always be here for you, Kate. I know. You get me, Max. I realize I haven't been giving her enough credit. Kate looks so sure of herself right now. Completely opposite of yesterday. Could it be that easy for her attitude to turn around? Just like flipping a switch? I'm not sure. But I trust Kate, and hearing how steady she sounds takes a huge weight off my shoulders. Just don't be afraid to ask when you need help. I can't always take a hint. This makes her giggle a little, breaking her serious air completely. I know. Hey, that's the part where you're supposed to disagree. We're both laughing now. Shouldn't you be taking pictures right now? You're gonna miss your shot. Kate instantly gestures towards the sunny sun. She's right. I shake my head before grabbing my camera out of the bag. Looks like you're off the hook. For now. The sun glares against the trees, making them look black and daunting. The tips of the leaves on the branches light up, giving them a fiery glow. This is my favorite time to take nature shots. The sun makes the entire world light up. I catch Kate watching me while I take the photo, a small smile on her face. I aim the camera in her direction, suddenly she immediately ducks, suddenly shy. Come on, no, don't waste your film on me. Kate, a picture of you would not be a waste. I lower the camera from my face and meet her eyes. I'm the professional here. I know my stuff. Kate rolls her eyes good-naturedly. Later, okay? Just focus on your sunset for now. I'm a little disappointed, but turn my camera back in the direction of the trees. Now Kate's watching it too, smiling and bunching the hoodie I gave her around her shoulders as another gust of wind blows. She seems to be happy that I offered at least. She's satisfied with my work. I put my camera away and Kate rises from the bench. I should get going now. Talk to you later? I nod, smiling. Sure, I'll text you. I told the hospital staff we'd be there around 2 tomorrow. You know what bus to take, right? Want to head up there together? That way I won't be tempted to mash the snooze button too many times. She giggles, nodding. Sure, I'd like that. She gives a small wave before heading back inside. Oh my god, this is girl. I can't wait to get to the part where they're just like, oh my god, I love you, Max. I love you, Kate. Ah!